looks like we're working now. Let's go ahead and break out to chat again. I don't know what happens. That happens every now and then with OBS, where it'll do some kind of weird split on the side of the screen, and that's frustrating. You know, it's so frustrating doing this kind of stuff sometimes. You know, all of a sudden your microphone doesn't work. Let me make sure that's working. Yeah, it looks like it's working. You know, suddenly the microphone won't work. It'll be like something else will be set up for your microphone, or like you get that weird split on the side of the screen like we had over there, and you know, nothing. I just had launched OBS a little while ago. Everything looked fine. Start streaming and boom. What's really frustrating is when I'm doing videos and making videos doing that, and all of a sudden I filmed whatever amount of footage I filmed, done the audio track and all that, then I look up and I see that split. I'm like, I can just, you know, pull my hair out. It's aggravating because the footage is pretty much shot at that point. I think I released one video like that. I was so frustrated. I was so far behind. I didn't have time to redo it. And I don't think it was nearly as bad as it was just there. It had just a little sliver on the one side that caused that issue. So, yeah. But man, that was annoying. That was annoying. Alright, so we're going to go do some traveling into the next galaxy. And I remember saying I wish you could go through with your freighter, and apparently you can. Andre was telling me that you can actually travel through with your freighter. I've never done that before. This time I've set up with a crap multi-tool and a very basic ship, something I don't mind getting wrecked. This will all get destroyed, but I don't care. I'll go in and put it in creative mode real quick. I think I'm in there right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, let's go to regular. And just fix everything afterward. You know, we're not playing this for to have to deal with all that crap, although I can probably repair everything anyway, but it is what it is. Now, starting up in October, we've got a new series that we're going to be doing, and this is my first week now. I've switched to a 4-day work week at my real job. So Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, I'm working 10-hour days now, which is going to free up Wednesday 100% completely for me to do production all day. Ever since I've upgraded to my new computer and went to 4K and all that, I've never had a chance to really get ahead like I used to back in the day. I mean, I would film tons of stuff in the old style, you know, but again, the production value was a lot lower. But I would get, you know, weeks ahead, months ahead sometimes on certain series, especially if I was doing one of those like playthroughs, which I'm going to lean away from, as they don't seem to generate many viewers. You know, this is something that, you know, they're fun and easy to make and all that, but for what purpose? Now, if I play a game like I'm playing through Resident Evil 2 right now, and I'm making the video, I'm just recording what I'm doing, and then I'm putting it up as no commentary videos because I'm playing through anyway. And it's kind of fun, and you may as well put it up there. Some people like to watch those. I like to watch playthroughs every now and then, just kind of chill out and let it run in the background and all that. So, you know, we'll still do stuff like that. Diablo 4 hasn't really hit. I haven't really found my way with that, so I'm kind of leaning away from that. I'll do update videos on seasons and major patches and stuff like that. With No Man's Sky, I'm going to keep doing these little tutorials and ship finding videos, stuff like that. So if you ever have any good ideas, something you want to see or something you want to, you know, hear talked about, let me know in the comments of one of my videos, and I'll be glad to make a video on that. I did one the other night, about 2 nights ago, regarding trade routes, which is something I really don't see a lot of people talk about in the game. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a little research on it, and I did a little research and looked into the trade routes and all that, and it looks like they can be pretty lucrative. And in fact, I'm thinking of starting a new character. I only have 100 of them already. I was thinking of starting a new character. Hey, what's going on, Hobbit? You're still at work, man. Holy cow. What time is it? Man, they kept you late. Yeah, the poor guy got called in to do like the morning shift, and then he had to work till the end of the night. So, hats off to Hobbit. 12 and a half hour shift? Ah, that's only a little over half a day, 12 and a half hours. And here I am complaining about my 10-hour shifts. But let me tell you, man, these 10-hour shifts, they suck. But the thought that tomorrow I'm going to be able to just get up and make a little coffee and start filming and get a lot done and not be interrupted and all that, that is going to make it well worth it. And then you only have 2 days to really get aggravated in a row at work. You know, it's like, oh, Monday's here. Ah, I hate Monday. Tuesday, it's almost as bad as Monday. Wednesday, oh my God, I'm off. You chill out, I can relax. And Thursday is like, oh, it's Thursday, but tomorrow's Friday, you know? So I think it's going to work out well for me. I'm very happy that my company, you know, I work for was accommodating, you know, and I was straight up with them. I'm like, you know, they know what I'm doing with the channel. They know my aspirations and all that for the future. And they also know the reality of it is they're not going to be losing me anytime soon. You know, so it's not like I have to worry about that, but this will raise my quality of life immensely as far as production goes and all that. You know, full day Wednesday to produce, and then a little bit in the morning on Saturdays, and, you know, in the evenings on Sunday a little bit, and I'll be golden. I did a couple Subnautica streams so far on Sundays. Be doing another one this upcoming week. Doing a hardcore run on there. If you haven't joined in, check it out. That's one of my favorite games of all times. It's a lot of fun, and playing it hardcore is a little different than, you know, the regular gameplay, because you gotta be real careful. And it's kind of funny, this week when I was doing it, I was about 2 hours in, and man, the thunder was rumbling and it was getting really dark out, right? And I could feel that thunder going. And Subnautica does not autosave. Like a lot of games do little autosaves or checkpoint saves and stuff like that. Not Subnautica. If you're playing Subnautica and you're playing for 4 hours and you don't save and the game crashes, yeah, you just lost 4 hours of progress, and that's frustrating. So I was about 2 hours in and that thunder was coming. I was like, you know, I'm going to get back to the base and I'm going to save off real quick. And I have to save and exit. You can't just do a quick save in the hardcore mode. You have to save and exit at the same time. So I'm like, all right, I'll save and exit. You know, at least then I know I won't lose that 2 hours of progress I made, because we got a lot done. And sure enough, right after that, boom, power flickered. I've got a UPS, I got everything plugged into that, but for some reason it will hit my internet every single time. So I lost my internet connection and all that shortly afterward, and I was like, you know what, we're done. You know, 2 hours is good. At least we got to save everything. I'm not going to play around with a hardcore run in bad weather. It's just not happening, you know. Hardcore games are a lot of fun, but losing one, you know, dying to circumstances beyond your control suck, you know. Like Diablo 4, a lot of people complain about that one because of, you know, it's an always online game, so if you experience lag at the wrong moment, you're done. You're dead. Subnautica, it wouldn't have killed me probably, but it would have booted me out of the game maybe, and that would have been enough to make me lose progress, you know, if I lost power completely. Fortunately, the PlayStation didn't shut down, the computer didn't shut down, it was just the internet, so in any case I wouldn't have lost everything, but you never know. I mean, I have a UPS like I said, but again, I also have trust issues, and I never trust technology 100% on things like that, because a lot of things can happen. All right, well, we're going to head on up to our freighter. And we're poised at the very center of the galaxy. We're one jump away from the center. Ship cannot handle it. So yeah, just like everything else, if we're going to do this jump, we're going to want to make sure we have 100% hyperdrive fuel, which we do. Yeah, I could have swore you couldn't do this. I thought for sure you had to do it in a ship, so this is going to be kind of a cool experience, a first time for me. It's my first time and it's on film. Alright, well let's go to the new galaxy and we'll set up shop there. I wonder if it destroys everything on your freighter. I like this little trippy visual part here. The music's great. Hobbit wants his day back, but it's not happening, bro. You lost today. It's always tomorrow. So, I don't have all my lighting set up. I'll be right back. There we go. Now we got some trippy stuff going on in the background. Much better. I gotta figure out, one of these days I'm gonna work on getting like all Elgato lighting probably, because all that can be programmed in through the Stream Deck, and then I'll be able to set everything up through that, which would be pretty badass in the end. But that's a little down the road, you know. Alright, let's see what our new dimension looks like. Calypso. So I've been through a lot of these already. It's I can't tell you how many I've been through. I've been to the last ones. I've been through some random ones in the middle. I think I went through about 12 or 13 from the beginning on one character before I kind of lost interest in that. But with this character, I wanted to set up a taxi service to bring people to different galaxies eventually. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to kind of hop from galaxy to galaxy and set up these basic bases. And like I said, we're going to do it in creative mode because this isn't about all the
radiation protection,
all the crappy work we have to do. You see everything's messed up. The starship's okay though, because I used a different one. The multi-tool only had one thing on it. I switched that out. Oh good, the freighter doesn't take any damage. I was hoping that would be the case. Cool looking creature. Alright, let's go on. And we'll get on out of here. Find ourselves a purge the damaged ship of Sentinel Taint. I don't know about you, but I'm not really interested in messing around with the Sentinel Taint right now. Now we get on board here. And we'll go ahead and get it back on the creative mode. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. So if you're going to be traveling from galaxy to galaxy using the center of the galaxy, you're going to want to have plenty of resources on hand, have plenty of the repair kits, or you can go ahead and box all this stuff up and put it in your inventory. As you saw, not all of it breaks, but most of it does. So, you know, that's one thing to do. Keep a crappy ship, keep a crappy gun. There's nothing you can do about your suit other than box everything up. And if I was just coming here doing it one time, you know, and I wasn't planning on jumping a couple times, I would have probably done that, but it's just as easy. Hey, Andre, what's going on? You had an update to the game, and for some reason you can't get into the galaxy map. Hi. So weird. I didn't hear of any updates. Did they say what they were trying to do today? There's always something with No Man's Sky. Always something funny going on. But I guess when you got a game with quadrillions of planets, you know, there's bound to be an occasional issue. I saw, what is it, Diablo 4, which I'm playing. They had to temporarily disable trading in the game because somebody finally figured out how to dupe. And I knew that was coming eventually because people always learn how to dupe in these games. And that's ultimately something that really ruins a game like that. In a game like this, it's not a big deal. But in a game like Diablo, yeah, it's pretty big. Oh, you were asking if there was one. Yeah, no, not that I know of. I didn't see anything about an update today. So, yeah, maybe a little reinstall will work. Have you been on much since you got the Steam Deck back, or everything been working all right? It's kind of weird. Yeah, a game like Diablo 4 is very loot intensive, you know, where it relies on you getting the best pieces of loot in the game to work with your skills and your abilities and all that. So duping can be a problem, especially when people dupe and then sell stuff for real-world money, which is really annoying. Alright, we're almost fully repaired. In a game like this, if I give you a stack of copper, it doesn't matter, you know. It's not going to make you any stronger than the next guy. Seemed fine yesterday. Huh, so strange. Just because I didn't get an update doesn't mean they didn't roll one out for PC though, you know. Could be you guys got one and they're waiting to roll it out on PlayStation to break us at a separate time. Get a bunch of missions out, huh? Oh yeah, I want to check out the system and see what's going on in here. So I did your thing. I took the freighter through the center of the galaxy, and yep, I never knew you could do that, man. So thanks for the heads up on that, Andre. That's kind of a cool experience. I mean, it's, you know, it's no different, but it's kind of cool that you can actually do that. I didn't realize it. Go down to the columned planet and we're going to find ourselves a portal. That we can get as close to the center of this galaxy as possible. weather up there in Canada right now. We were getting a little rain earlier, but it settled down pretty quick. Right about when I was getting out of work, we had the thunder rolling in and all, but it seemed to lighten up. It's a lot further south right now than where I am, which is good. Got us a funky planet. We can hop right out and get a glitch while we're here. Hello, glitch. Break out the pilgrim. Oh, that one doesn't have it. Start finding an alien structure. Go ahead and get our weapon back. That's not the one. Destroyer of bones. There we go. Kinda humid? Yeah, it's always humid down here, man. So bloody hot this year, too. I'm gonna start bringing a turkey with me in the morning when I go to work and just leave it in my front seat. That way, by the time lunch comes, I'll have like a full turkey dinner ready to eat. Amazing. So I always try and do this when I come to these places. And we will slap down a little save point just in case. I do that just in case I answer wrong. One thing that surprised me when my visit to Canada years ago was, yeah, how warm it was, because it was in the summertime. But you guys, I thought in Florida we had some mosquitoes. You guys, pretty monstrous mosquitoes up there too, man. My brother-in-law had one of those, I guess it's a propane-powered mosquito killer thing that, yeah, I guess it emits some kind of I guess it uses the propane in a way that attracts them, and it like sucks them into this bag. It's this vacuum bag. It was the most awful thing I've ever seen. Because he was out in the woods, kind of, you know, up there with Bigfoot and all that. And yeah, he goes to open the thing up, and I remember dumping it out. And I was horrified. I'm like, oh my god, that's so freaking nasty. I want one. Because in Florida, ooh. I can't even imagine. We like the little zappers down here. The little bug zappers are fun, although every now and then you catch a lizard, and that's always like a horrible feeling. You should see him, he's like, stuck to the thing, and he's starting to smolder a little bit. Yeah, not cool. Or a frog. That's even grosser. have the bugs, but we got the alligators, brother. Once you start getting Canadian alligators, you talk to me. Toward the center of the galaxy now. Good spot for a picture, right? Mutated snow gator sounds like a movie. But we had Cocaine Bear. I think somebody did a meth gator, which would be very appropriate for Florida, unfortunately. I can't imagine a gator on meth. Well, this sure is a popular destination. I always like these. That one say Shia LaBeouf? Yep, it did say Shia LaBeouf. Alright, whatever. It's weird. Okay, we got us a cool little base here we're going to check out while we're here. Cocaine Bear was boring, really? Oh, man. I'm still going to watch that movie. I like those crazy creature features. Did you see the movie Crawl that came out, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago maybe? It took place in Florida. It was supposed to take place during like an oncoming hurricane, and a girl, a young woman, there's a hurricane coming, and a young woman who's like a swim champ or a dive champ or something like that was looking for her father at his home. They couldn't get a hold of him. Something along those lines. And anyway, there's a house with a crawl space under it, and the hurricane comes, and a huge gator ends up inside the house, and it's like this monster movie in this house, and it was quite fun. It was a lot of fun. Is it high cinema? Absolutely not, but you don't need to have high cinema. Look at this lunatic. That's awesome. Yeah, it wasn't high cinema by any means, but my God, it was a fun movie. I like those creature features. See how he's got like the little babushka dolls. That's funny. This is just weird looking. I like this. Oh yeah, this is gruesome. What is making that noise? Oh, I think it's these guys. Little geck hidden everywhere making that noise. That's so cool. It's like an express elevator to your death. Well, that's awesome. Well, we're gonna... I can't resist this. Where was it? It was over here. Betty White and Lake Placid. Yeah, Lake Placid was definitely great. That one had... Whoa, okay. Screwed that up. Yeah, that one was more comedy leaning, whereas Crawl was not a comedy by any stretch of the imagination. But, yeah, Lake Placid was a lot of fun. And just getting to hear Betty White cuss. It's so wrong, it's so right. Lots of neat little bases around here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I kind of pooched my launch on this thing. It's a very basic base. So if you fall down in here, are you... oh, no, there's a way in, it looks like. Okay. I thought you might be stuck. Oh, maybe you are. Oh, that's so cruel. Let's see if I can just express my way to the top. There we go. Yeah, it looks like he's got it set up so you can fall down. Oh, but you can't go in there. There's no doorway. Alright, good. Or is there, but on the lower level. Where do we go down? Oh, we still have to go further up. That's my bad. Okay. Bonk my head here. There we go, we made it. See, did he have a way? He did have a way in there, didn't he? So evil. I love it. Oh, is there not a lift or anything, is there? Huh. Alright, well, we're going to try that jump again, then we're moving on. Alright, here we go. Yeah, not much better. Yeah, I was thinking about that, man, dropping a save beacon. I don't think I can, though, because that's at the guy's base, you know? I'd have to go a little distance away. But I'd probably be able to fly up through it anyway. Just like I did along the outside. Alright, let's go to the center. Let's add a jump range. Let's see how close this gets us. Genie Bob, Lake Placid 2, on the other hand, was a true horror to watch. So I never saw the sequel to it. So here's what's funny. At the time that Lake Placid came out, the original one, I was living in Lake Placid, Florida, which was named Lake Placid, Florida after Lake Placid, New York. The Dewey, the guy who created the Dewey Decimal System, named the town because it reminded him of Lake Placid, New York. And so at the local Hollywood Video, that's how long ago it was, when it came out on video, they had like a big premiere party and all that. And I believe they actually brought a large gator there. You know, we do have like a gator ramen nearby where you can go in and check out alligators, and you can actually hatch them out of the egg. You don't get to keep them, unfortunately, whatever. But yeah, you can actually hatch a gator, and that's kind of cool. You know, we're thinking of doing that one of these days. It'd be much cooler if you could keep it and raise it. You know, I'm sure with the proper care and devotion, it'll be a very loving pet. Okay, maybe not. Wants us to go here. But yeah, living in Florida my whole life, I've seen plenty of gators, been out on the water. One time out on a pontoon boat, it was kind of exciting because we kind of went off of Lake Okeechobee. Now, if you look at the map of Florida, that's that big round lake in the middle of the state that you can see. And there was rim canals all around it and all that, and my folks used to have a house off one of the rim canals. I think you'll stick with the cats. Yeah. But, you know, so I was just out of high school maybe, or a senior in high school. I was either 18 or 19. I went there with a couple friends and took the pontoon boat out, you know, and we were kind of just exploring around. We didn't want to go through the locks and all that and end up out on the actual lake. So we were just exploring the rim canals. We were going off the beaten path a little bit. Came around one corner, and there were just gators everywhere lined up on the side of the banks, you know, on the sides of the canal. And it was pretty wild, you know, and then all of a sudden they all start sliding into the water. That was a little scary, you know, because we're like, oh crap. I don't know if you know the design of a pontoon boat, but it's like a little party boat. It's kind of flat, you know, it's raised up off the water a little bit, but gators can launch a little bit out of that water, you know. So there's everybody like, come on in, stay, you know, don't be dangling any feet, don't pee off the side of the boat right now, let's just get the hell out of here. So we got out of there. It didn't get any more exciting than that, but it was exciting enough at the time. You know, you just tell they were all in the water, and they're probably like, ooh, look at this fresh meat. Hey, how much further we gotta go? We gotta be right about there. I've done the airboat tours on the St. Johns River. Those are cool, you know, because those good old boys know where the gators are. And if you go at nighttime, hey Comet, what's going on, buddy? You go at nighttime and you shine the light out there, you can see the reflection of their eyes. You see just how many there are out there. I think they were kind of endangered when I was young. I think I remember hearing that when I was younger, but they are definitely not endangered anymore. That population has come back, and I always like when you see those cool, there we go. All right, we're at the last location, so cool. Yeah, I always like when you see those news articles where it's like alligator and anaconda captured in battle, and you look and you get this crazy, sorry to hear that, Comet, man. We'll get better, bro. get better. I will chat with you tomorrow. But yeah, seeing a gator and an anaconda locked in Mortal Kombat is a pretty impressive sight. We got all kinds of weird stuff in Florida. All kinds of invasive species too. We got when I lived in Palm Beach County, I used to work on Palm Beach Island, which is a nice ritzy area. That's where all the millionaires and billionaires of Palm Beach live. Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home is in that area. We got Worth Avenue and all that fun stuff. Well, I worked at this ritzy Greek restaurant, and I remember at nighttime, you know, the parking is horrible on the island, as it is on any island. And so we used to park at night for our evening shift across the street at the post office, because the post office was closed, so they didn't care, you know. So I remember my first night, there was like one parking space really close up to the road that we had to cross, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. You know, I'll just park here. And it was under a tree. When I got out of work that night, and I'm walking out to my little truck, I had a little black Toyota truck, I'm looking at my truck, and I'm like, what happened to my truck? It was... I couldn't comprehend it, you know, I'm just looking at it like, what am I seeing here? And what I didn't realize at the time was the tree I parked under produced some kind of berry, you know, some kind of really, I guess, looked like almost like a blackberry or a raspberry, something like that, dark purple. And apparently there's a group of wild parrots, a whole flock of them that live on the island, of people who've lost their pets or let them go because they didn't want them anymore. And it's all these random parrots, you know, just different kinds of parrots, all just living together in this big parrot colony. And I guess at nighttime or in the evening, while I was at work, they liked hanging out in that tree, eating those berries, and then crapping all over my my vehicle. It was awful. I couldn't believe it. I actually had to go to a car wash on the ride home from work because I literally could not do anything with, you know, I couldn't see hardly. You know, I had to get out there and like get a towel and like scrape off some of the crap. But oh, it was awful. Absolutely awful. One of the most disgusting things I've ever had to deal with. So yeah, thanks, parrots. So yeah, that's one of the weird things we have that's like not indigenous to the area that lives here. And then we've got plenty of iguanas. That's another big thing that you'll see in Florida. A lot of people get pet iguanas, and you know, they get loose or they set them free after a while. They're a cool pet. I had pet lizards when I was a kid, you know, when I was younger. And anybody who ever asked me, oh, I want to get a pet lizard, I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, it's cool and all that, and it's fun for a while. I had a basilisk iguana and I had a tegu. I think that's it. Yeah, those are the only two I ever had. And as much fun as they are, you know, just like any other pet that can't really reciprocate love back to you like a dog or, you know, the occasional cat can, you know, the fun kind of wears off after a while. And like, you know, yeah, it was fun. I loved it and had fun with it and all that, but after a while it was just a chore, you know, having to get mice for it to eat, or, you know, baby chickens or whatever, depending on the type of lizard you had. And it was, you know, they'd take a crap and it was disgusting and the cage would stink, you know, and so I always tell people, you know, they're a lot of fun, but I don't recommend them. Go to the zoo. Check them out at the zoo. A lot more fun there. And you don't have to worry about all the maintenance, you know. But that's just me. My girlfriends talk about a bearded dragon. I'm like, yeah, you really don't want a bearded dragon. They're cool, But, I end up feeling bad after a while when I see these animals. I'm like, I know they get a good life and they get all the mealworms they can eat or crickets or whatever, but still. With my basilisk, he ate crickets. And instead of going to the store, the pet store to buy crickets for a lot of money, I would go to the bait store and buy buttloads of crickets for cheap. I was like, well, crickets are crickets, right? And at the pet store, you could buy smaller amounts. You could buy 20 crickets, 15 crickets, or whatever. Yeah, Andre. I'm less lizard and more just Bigfoot. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I bought, so I'm buying by like 50 or 100 of them at a time and just dump them in his cage, and the guy would go nuts. He's like, oh my god, I got crickets coming out my butt. He was so happy. And he'd have crickets for weeks. And, then I'd go in and I'd get some more when they ran out, get the next batch of crickets, and life would be good. The circle of life was fun. You'd be crunching crickets all night, having a good time. But I didn't realize just how good crickets were at escaping. And, yeah, I got a little bit of trouble with Mom when she started finding crickets all over the house. I was still a kid at the time. I was probably 14, 15, roughly. So my brilliant idea turned into a cricket infestation in the house. So, bearded dragon, I hear you. Yeah, she wasn't too happy with me at that point. But, we got past that eventually. I tell you, I don't know how my parents never killed me. I was always the kid that had like the brilliant idea that was like horribly bad. Here we go. What else we want to put in here? We want to put in a little galactic trade terminal. There. We're at the center of Calypso, right? Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this was a lot of crickets, and then it even got weirder because when I went to clean out the cage after a while, and I picked up the heat rock. You should always put a heat rock in with these reptiles.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
I guess the crickets had been breeding inside the cage, and there were all of these baby crickets and juvenile crickets and all that, and they were like white. They were like totally, completely pale, like they never saw the light of day. They were really disgusting looking, and I was just kind of like, wow, what the hell have I done? Created some, I created some mutant crickets or whatever. Oh man. All right, this base is done. Just the basics, so now we can travel to the Calypso galaxy. Really going to be at 98%. That figures. Yeah, the cricket got loose in the house. With the tegu, when I was older, when I had the tegu, I was on my own. He ate rats and mice, and a mouse get loose in the house. And that time, it wasn't my mother who was angry with me; it was my then wife. She wasn't very pleased with the mouse running around the house, but it is what it is. Found him eventually, and he ended up in a tegu's stomach, which is, you know, I used to, well, yeah, I named the mice after people I didn't like very much. If I had a lizard today, I would still name the mice, but I would like name them after political figures I don't like. Alright. Let us switch to our crappy little gun. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, we're not going to be able to take off in that thing anyway. I'm going to have to switch to my... good ship. Where is it? Look at this guy landing over here. Got a little random pilot coming by for a visit. Wants to sell me some X modules, I bet. Yep. Alright. Where's my good... There's my good ship up here. So we'll head up to the space, the freighter there. I'll switch my ship on board there. And then we'll head to the next galaxy. Bob on this account. Bob.
Extreme night temperature
I
detected.
think Bob is on this account. Can't keep track of the animals. He might be. Although I think he is on... might be on the hardcore account. Not really sure. So did that trade route video the other night. That was a lot of fun, man. I learned a lot making that video. I never really paid attention to trade routes before, and it was kind of cool to see just how effective they could be, you know? Alright, this is what we want. There it is. That's our little traveling ship. We've got our proper multi-tool. We're ready to go. On to the next galaxy. See, that's so silly. Hyperdrive has no fuel, my arse.
Technology recharge.
Alright, off to the core. You have an annoying glitch where at the bottom of the screen there is a little green sparks. You don't know how to describe it. That's interesting. Is that on every game? What's that on? Or is it just, or is it when you play No Man's Sky? I've got cool little green sparks all over my wall right now. I think you're aggravating George Carlin. He's looking a little annoyed with me. But he's always judging me. God, I wish he was here. Elderberries. You like elderberries? You working tomorrow, Hobbit? No Man's Sky, huh? That is strange. Yeah, Carlin was great. I would love, love, love to hear his take on modern times, man. You know, wherever he is right now, he's like reading Twitter and stuff, going, "I gotta go back, man. I died, and look what happened." Yeah, he was one of my favorites growing up. Sam Kinison was another. I loved Sam Kinison. God, he was funny. One of my current favorites is Bill Burr. Bill Burr says some funny stuff. Especially when he gets like on a little bit of a tirade, man. Oh boy. He starts to light it up. Let's go ahead and... I'm not even going to bother repairing the suit. We can just do this right now. There we go. Didn't use any power that time for whatever reason. Yeah, Bill Burr's funny, man. And Treese O'Neill, he was another great one. Well, welcome back, man. You missed all kinds of fun stuff. Little meteorites coming down. I got hit by one of those once. I don't know what the odds are of that in this game, but it was something. I was like, what the hell? Took a good chunk out of my health. Or my shields. Let's pop that beacon. Yuck. One of the sun, the other of a moon. Let's send it to the moon. Cool. All right, let's do it. My lights are changing really fast. How can I concentrate? That's the whole point of this one. It's supposed to be all crazy looking and all that, but they are off on my peripherals, so it's not really a problem for me. You know, I got one right over here and one right over here. My face light right in front of me is steady and all that, so it's just off on the sides. It's not bothering me. Now, if I go into a seizure, though, let me know. Hello from Brazil. Well, hello, Alan. Thanks for stopping by from Brazil. That's cool. Sunday, I had somebody from Scotland. I got somebody from Canada tonight. That's pretty cool, man. Oh, look like Hobbit joining in the fun. How's life in Brazil right now? like that background, Hobbit? That's pretty cool looking. Alright, we made it way, way deeper into... Oh, I hear noise. Oh, Hobbit, you joined me. Alright, I made it way, way deeper into... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, can you silence the stream?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Awesome, thanks.
No worries.
I hate listening to that guy talk.
Yeah, no, he is so annoying. Got that droning voice.
Right? It's like I just want to punch him in his face. All kinds of little bases here.
You think they got enough of those little welcome messages outside that thing?
I love when they do that, man. It's so cool. So you don't like the crazy lighting?
I think it would be better if it was like a little bit slower. You know what I mean?
Well, you should have seen it before. Is it distracting as a viewer, you think, or is it just... Because I think
maybe a little bit, but not so much.
I like it for the game because, you know, No Man's Sky is such a colorful game.
Mm-hmm.
That I figure, you know, just going with a variety of crazy colors would be cool. And in the background, I've got that little galaxy thing with the blue and the red switching out and the little green star points. We're going to talk about, tomorrow we're going to talk about Discord. Why do I feel like Captain Sparrow right now? We're going to talk about Discord tomorrow. I'll have a little bit of time to get together with you and talk about that. I don't know what your schedule's like tomorrow. You in school right now?
I'm sorry, I missed a little bit of stuff.
Oh, I was talking to Comet.
What?
I was talking to Comet.
Oh.
All right, who's trying to...
Because I warped. I missed like half that conversation.
That's all good.
But yeah, it's all right. I just think that if you slowed it down a little bit and like kind of had the colors bleed into each other, I think it'd look cooler.
So I got two separate lights doing it. I got a slow one on my right hand side, and on my left hand one, that one's a little quicker. But yeah, next time I'll look at doing it a little differently. We'll check it out and see. Okay, how far do I have to go now? Awesome.
So what are we doing tonight?
I am galaxy hopping tonight. So what I'm doing is going to the center of each galaxy with my little nomad character that I had. And I'm just building basic bases at the center of each galaxy so that later on this guy will be able to take you to any galaxy you want to go to. I keep forgetting he can't hear me because I'm warping.
Galaxy, huh?
Yep, going to the center of every galaxy.
That's cool.
I don't think I'll make it tonight, but you know.
I hear you.
But that's the gist of what we're doing here.
You don't need my help for that, then.
I don't know. Do you have any bases in other galaxies, or? Hold on.
Pull open the
That's a good question,
Let's see
Alan.
here.
I know they're planning on doing more with the Sentinels, from what my understanding is. Like that whole singularity update, and then the everything was like Sentinel related with the dissonant Sentinels and all that. So I believe Sean Murray said something about like a 4-phase plan to kind of expand the lore of all that and to give us more meat on the bone for the Sentinel stuff. And I think we're only like two phases into it. That initial one where we got the dissonant planets and all that, and then we got the singularity expedition. So I think we've got some more Sentinel stuff to look forward to, which will be kind of cool. Maybe some more lore, maybe, you know, who knows. I keep excuse me, I keep hoping that we see more done with these space stations. I remember a couple months back they leaked some footage and some pictures of these different space stations that looked stylized like the big buildings you'll see on the planets, the archives, you know, the planetary archives, where the space stations had similar looks to those, and man, that was cool looking. Andre's confirming we are at part 2 of 4. Yep. All right, Comet. 11:30 to 12:30. You're busy. That's Eastern time, I'm assuming. Just because I live in Eastern time. I'm hoping we meet the Void Mother. That would be kind of cool.
What's the Void Mother?
That's like I think like I think that the Sentinels seem to be kind of hive-mindish a little bit, so maybe that's their controlling. Alright, Comet, perfect. So I'll get you probably maybe a little bit after that. I'll message you and we'll talk about 1 o'clock or so. How's that sound? Good? Yeah, no, I got cut off there. So yeah, I was saying I think they're kind of have like a hive mind thing going on, and that's that's probably like the controlling super sentinel or whatever you want to call it behind the great, you know, the great Sentinel uprising or whatever you want to call it.
I hear that. Does that mean like the Geth and
Alright, perfect. Yeah, that'll let me get some stuff done in the morning. I'll stop for lunch, we'll chit-chat a little bit, talk about things. Life will be good. Alright, I'm back.
hey,
Alright, so I think we are at the center now. Yep, perfect. Set up our little mini base. More types of ships would be awesome. You know, I'm glad we got the. I'm glad we got the Sentinel ships. I think they were a great addition. I've been playing since long before the Sentinel ships and long before the Solar ships. So it's been cool watching them up, you know, give us different ships and stuff like that. and given us the ability to actually have more ships, because I think when I started playing it was only 6 allowed, if I remember, and now that's double, which is really cool. But yeah, new type of ship would be cool, or more options for them would be awesome. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that stuff, Comet, so you just get your brain thinking, and I'll get my brain thinking, and we'll get it all figured out tomorrow. Nice little Taurid planet. Ooh, okay. A bountiful planet. Go set up on that one.
Alright, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different, 7 different bases on different worlds. I'm not sure how close to the galaxy that 3 of them are, but I've got 3 of them on the edge. Hesperornis, Hyades, and Ekiametu.
Okay, so yeah, those are some of the earlier ones. Yep.
And then I got I got one in 250 Galaxy.
Hey, Andre, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. You have a good night. Say hi to the wife from me. I think you know how to link. Can I put a link in the community page for our Discord? Absolutely, man. That's this kind of stuff I want to talk about. Yeah, is getting that Discord out there for more people, expanding that Discord. Like I said, I need help managing it because I just don't have the time to do all that all the time. I feel like negligent on it. I don't want it to kind of go by the wayside, you know? So, awesome. I'm sorry, what were you saying, bud?
Yeah, I think a lot of them are in the beginning, but I can check to see where 250 is.
No worries. I'm going to get there eventually anyway. I'm just kind of farting around with this, having a good time. Now that I did that video on the trade routes, I'm kind of tempted to start another new character and make a trader just to see how effective it would be. I bet you it would be pretty effective as far as making money goes right off the bat. Awesome. All right, Comet. Thanks, man. I might just find a hunk of land to land on. This might be it up here. There we go.
Alright, beef.
What you got?
If you're gonna make a trader, you're gonna have to do, like, make a video, like, how fast it took you to go from 0 to 1,000,000. Jumping.
Oh, 1,000,000 will be nothing. We got to talk about 1 billion, maybe.
Set high goals, man.
Yeah, because the only thing that's going to suck in the beginning is going to be space limitation. You know, but if I try to do things in dissonant systems, I'll be able to hit up those camps and get some of those expansion. Yeah, I'll definitely check that comment. Thank you. Thank you. But, you know, being able to get expansions for the ship and for the suit and all that, that'll be a monster help in the beginning. I think that's one of the greatest parts of that update, is getting the ability to do those things. Look at this. This is kind of cool. So cool little island.
Nice.
Oh wow, look at that drop off. That is pretty awesome. Bet you there's a ghost Leviathan down there. So yeah, still no deaths in Subnautica.
It actually looks kind of cool right there.
Yeah, I like the
The
spot.
ridge, but then all of a sudden it just dives off.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet looking. Alright, Comet. It's pretty sweet looking. There's a few little islands in this area. I'm just going to do this as a completely underwater one.
Right there in the bay.
How deep do we want to go? Take that off.
Has anybody figured out what happened to Mike?
I have not heard back from him, unfortunately. Hoping everything's alright. He's just got some family stuff going on, obligations and all that, but I sent him a DM and no word back from him, so I'm a little concerned. Our eldest of Old Man Sky Guys. Do I plan on playing the big game Starfield that's coming in the next few days? Big space exploration game? Alan, I would love to. But I do not have the means to play that right now, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to wait until I end up with a Series X, which hopefully it's one of my goals for 2024 is to grab one of those so I can expand my abilities here. Or maybe building a second computer just for gaming as opposed to my video production one, but that's a lot more pricey. So the cheaper option would be the Xbox. That's probably the route I'll end up taking down the road. But I'm an old school Bethesda guy. Love Bethesda games my whole life pretty much, so it hurts not being able to get this one, but you know, it is what it is. Here it's going to be...
Were they doing that only on Xbox? Is it
the Starfield game, the new Bethesda game, which is like Fallout in space.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So, you know, looks great. Looks cool. I mean, it looks like a typical Bethesda game, you know. But yeah, I'm disappointed that I won't be able to mess with it, but that's all right. I have a ton of other crap to keep me busy for now. I'll tell you one thing we will be doing here in October, and it looks like the game finally went gold, is we'll be playing Ark Survival Ascended, which is the new version of Ark that's coming out in a couple months, where they just kind of upgraded the old version, put it in Unreal Engine 5, updated all the assets and everything, and from what I hear, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a solid game. Hoping I'm not wrong, but it looks like it finally went gold. So,
What's gold mean?
That means it's ready for release.
Ah, okay.
So there shouldn't be any delays past October. I know they're shutting down the servers in September for all the official servers and all that. I guess Nitrado has actually partnered with Snail Games and all that and loaned them some money, and they have a financial investment now in the game, which is kind of cool in a way, I guess. But they're kind of like obligated to get it released by a certain date, or they have to start paying back on the big investment that they made, you know? So, yeah, they're kind of obligated to pay into that. So, we'll see what happens here, but that means I think they have the exclusive rights now to the servers and all that because of it, you know. So I don't think any other companies are going to be offering servers, which is interesting. It's good and bad, I guess. It's bad because it doesn't allow competition. I always believe in competition, but you know, if they're working that closely with a developer and a publisher, then maybe we'll get a better product in the end, you know? And the fact that we'll be able to use mods is awesome, too.
Well, let's look at it this way. What if Ark had so many bugs and issues because they're trying to appease too many different hosts, whereas they only had to appease one host, and they knew the game and the Trada were like, you know, compatible, and the internet could make sure they were compatible with somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the case. I think it's just more of they built the game and it got out of hand, you know? Because Ark was pretty damn big in the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's that too. It's like building a Walmart and thinking that, okay, this isn't going to be doing as much business, so we'll make it small, and all of a sudden it's like, we hate all these other Walmarts, we want to come to this one. It's like,
yeah.
Well, dang.
Yeah, Ark got to be
We
a
should
pretty
have
big
added
game.
another 100,000 square feet to this thing.
Yeah, so we may not be doing Starfield, although I'd like to be, but we will be doing some dinosaur hunting. And I'm going to be hosting private servers, and I'm going to be offering a membership program, so if anybody wants to join in and play on those servers, they'll be able to join in and play. I'll upgrade the server as needed if the community grows to a point where it outgrows the initial size of the server and how many people it can accommodate. We'll just upgrade it to the next level and upgrade it to the next level, and eventually I'll end up clustering a few of them together like we used to back in the day. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. A lot of great adventures. Alright. I make sure I got the right ship, and I don't. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought I froze. And we're going to have a Hobbit death counter for every episode to see how many times he dies. That alone will be worth watching.
Oh, heck yes.
I only have it programmed to 2 digits, though. Okay,
Jim
so
asked
good.
me, what?
I said I only have it programmed up to 2 digits, so, you know.
The 2 digits is barely going to be able to handle the beaver areas.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that later. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to be traveling between galaxies. And here we go, another successful galaxy hop. So, Alan, do you play You play No Man's Sky, right? Were you the one asking about the community base building a couple days ago? Was that you? Hey, Comet, welcome back. I just hopped another galaxy. You play No Man's Sky only on Xbox. Okay. Well, cool. If you ever want to join in on one of these, I do these streams on Mondays. I start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually run it for 2 to 3 hours, depending. Weather looks good tonight, so I think we'll be a full 3 hours tonight, no problem. I wish I could do more, but, you know, the real job and all that sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. It pays the bills and it takes care of me, but, you know, I gotta, you know, be responsible. I'm not 12, unfortunately. If I was 12 years old, I'd be a millionaire by the time I'm 18. So, yeah, if you ever want to join in, let me know, man. I will get you the relevant information. Alright, so here we are in a new galaxy. When I become big, I can quit my job. Well, my friend, this is my retirement plan. Or at least hoping for my retirement plan. Getting this off the ground completely, working on getting a second channel set up, the website, all that fun stuff. We've got merchandise we're designing. We've already been contacted by one company to, you know, partner up with them a little bit and stuff. And I actually have a early access code for a game from a developer I met at the convention last week, which is cool. And a whole big box I got to go through. We're doing an unboxing video this weekend. I can't wait to see what's in it, but I guess he sent me a lot of cool stuff from the game and all that, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's pretty sweet. I'm happy about that.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I won't quit my job until I am making double my take-home pay for my job, and I'm doing that consistently and growing, even if it's only slowly growing, for about a year's time. You know, at my age, I can't afford to
take chances.
Take a big chance like that. I'm not, you know, I don't have anything to fall back on. I could move home with mom and dad, but oh god, the embarrassment that would be. But yeah, that's definitely in the hopes of you know, getting large, you know, getting big enough to be able to do something like that would be cool. Alright, what am I doing here? I need to get my freighter in here, and we need to get to the center of this galaxy.
The word has it, you're telling people about how I died of dehydration.
Somebody mention that to you?
Yeah.
I swear to God, that was the funniest moment, bro.
The puzzling look on both our faces, like, how the heck did this happen?
Standing ankle deep in water, you died of dehydration. It's like, oh, hobbit. It's like dying of starvation with a full refrigerator. Alright, we'll go to the flourishing plant.
Well, if that was going to happen, I'd have to be like, where's the handle?
Yeah.
I can't open this.
Nah, I don't take this for granted, man. This is a blessing right here. You know, there's a saying that if you do something you love for a living, you never work a day in your life. And again, that's the goal, you know. I'm a humble guy by nature, and I'll always be that way. I always appreciate the people that helped make me, you know. And one day when I am something, if that day ever comes, you know, but it'll always be appreciated. And yeah, it'll be great. My goal goes far beyond that. My goal is to bring people up with me, you know, to create jobs and to create something larger than just me. So that when the time comes that I want to retire or whatever, I can pass this on to like my girlfriend's son, for instance, or her kids. You know, all of them like the tech stuff and all that, and it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. You work in a farm in Brazil. Oh, cool, man. That is so cool. What type of
kind of farm?
Yeah, what type of farm, man? You're better off than so many people, man. People don't know how to grow their own food, especially here in the United States. If it's not at the local Walmart or the local Whole Foods, they're like, I don't know how to get it.
Like, why do you need to go hunting? Just go buy it from the store.
Yeah. That's why I want to end up in Montana, dude. I want to be able to like walk out on the back porch and, you know, shoot something and go ahead and butcher it down, you know, bring it to a guy to butcher, it'd be even better. Want to have a little chicken coop, little greenhouse, you know, the whole 9 yards. I don't want to live off the grid and be 100% self-sustaining, but I wouldn't mind 50-50, you know.
I think you played a little too much, buddy.
Huh?
I think you played a little bit too much Ark.
No, man, I would love it, actually. I would really love it. I'd love to have that ability.
My uncle used to have chickens and bees.
Yeah. Oh, bees. That's cool. A little apiary. And one of my biggest goals, though, is to, like, give back a little bit. I want to be able to rehabilitate horses. And, you know, I don't have the ability to do that and all that, but I would like to fund that and create a program that brings veterans and horses together, both that are in need of, like, some kind of rehabilitation a little bit. Let them work together to kind of improve the mental health of veterans and then improve the physical health of the horses. I think that'd be such a cool thing to do. Comet would love to do YouTube, but you don't want to get all the stuff. Dude, it's expensive. I should put together a list of what I've put into this, but it would be depressing. But yeah, it gets pricey, man. It gets pricey, and I'm kind of like doing it as I go along. The Stream Deck and the new camera, this camera, were gifts from my parents. They were like Christmas gifts. My dad's like, why wait till Christmas? I'll just get it for you now, if that'll help you move forward. I'm like, cool, you know, yeah, let's do it. So, but there's so much more. I could probably spend, I don't know, 5-10 grand tomorrow and get everything I want and have it for a long time. You know, when I get a nice DSLR camera as well, not just one of these webcams, but like a nice 4K one, gets you nice and crisp and clean. This picture's a lot better than the one I had from my other camera that it was so bad I would never wanted to do videos with it, you know. You got a banana plantation down there. Oh, that's sweet, bro. That is sweet. Do a lot of exporting, or is it like a smaller thing, or do you bring it to market? Or are you a wholesaler? Brazil. Beautiful country. Alright, let's find ourselves alien structure. Yeah, one of the things I want to get next to help out will be a little, not an iPad, but one of those, the Android-based ones, a tablet, something I can have, like, right here next to me for chat, you know? That way I don't have to keep looking up, you know? I got yelled at by my girlfriend for squinting on my first, video for Subnautica. She's like, you gotta stop squinting. She's even texting me. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't want to wear the glasses. But I have to wear the glasses, so. If I had a nice little tablet sitting right here, I wouldn't need the glasses. So I'll probably invest in one of those next.
Storm clearing.
I got an older one, but that thing's so old I can't even get it to like turn on anymore or charge, so it finally gave up the ghost. Or I could just get a second monitor and get a nice big vertical monitor. You export a little bit for Argentina. Alright. Well, cool. Is that a family plantation that you got? Wouldn't even know what to make. As far as videos go? Comment? I'll tell you, sometimes that's the hardest part, is like, what am I going to make today? You know, and learning how to make things that people want to watch as opposed to videos you want to make is definitely a thing. Choose tongue. Get ourselves a portal. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, man. There's so much I want to do. And I'm only constrained by, at this point, time, you know? So, I'd love to do more news stuff. I'd love to do more bigger videos and all that. But right now, it's a one-man show, you know, and having a full-time job and all that, it really restricts me to what I can do. So, Hobbit's expressed interest in helping out a little bit. I haven't figured out what to do with that yet, how that would work, but, you know, eventually we'll get there. My little stepson, he wants to edit. God bless him. He's going to be 12, or he just turned 12. He's like, I want to edit. You know, I'm like, editing is cool. You know, editing's a pain in the ass. It's fun. I enjoy it, actually. A lot of people don't like editing. I enjoy the editing. I especially enjoy making my little mock-up trailers and like my little stingers for the beginning and the end of the videos. To me, those are a lot of fun, trying to get that. You know, working with 15 seconds of music in little 5-second increments and trying to get 5 seconds from 3 different games to flow together into one cool looking thing is a lot of fun. You know, and it requires a little nuance doing that. 3rd generation working the farm. Well, that's great, man. That's awesome. In Florida, we grow a lot of oranges. Do some lemons, too. Well, the orange industry's been suffering. Got some kind of canker or something a few years back, and it's kind of caused some issues for the industry overall. But hopefully one day we'll fully recover. Yeah, Hobbit, we'll start off on the island when we do Ark. Thanks, Comet. I appreciate that. I appreciate your input on my thumbnails and stuff like that. I know they're not always perfect now, but I think I've improved them quite a bit as far as the placement of the text on the bottom. I moved it up a little bit. Some formats that it puts it in, you can't see it all the way. Other formats, it's perfect, so it's kind of weird, but I appreciate the input on that. Anything else you say is always appreciated. Yeah, Hobby, you got cut off there, man, because I was traveling again. My bad.
Definitely down for it.
Yeah, and I think December.
I kind of miss the island.
Yeah, the island
that was the one where. That was one with the little lake that we found on the ridge, right?
Oh yeah, that little pond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm already like going through my head like, where do I want to set up shop? You know. That was one of my favorite spots. Of course, the Herbivore Island was always fun. And I like that one ridge in the northwestern part of the map up right where becomes snowy, you know, and you're overlooking those big long plains and all that. There was that one area that's kind of like isolated a little bit off to the side that had like a little ramp going down into it. That was always a fun spot as well, except for the occasional Uranus.
Yeah. The problem with starting there when you're low level is that cold gets to you real quick.
Oh yeah, you can't go there right off the bat. That's for sure. Florida's really like summer all year long. Pretty much. Yeah. We do get a couple weeks.
It's like summer for 10 months.
And then it gets hot.
Spring for like 2 weeks. And it's like cold for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Like super rainy for 1 month. Other than that,
oh no, it's super rainy for a lot more than 1 month, man.
I mean, that's what's going on right now. It's kind of like off and on raininess.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the time, it's like sun showers. So it's not like really like super bad lightning storms that knock out your power.
No, yeah, but that's this time of year though. For the next couple months, we'll be getting that afternoon weather. You have asthma, so Florida feels like a death trap for you. There's a lot down here that would bug you. The heat alone will take your breath away. When I get in my car after work, it's just, I cook. As soon as I get in the car, I cook. When I was leaving at 3:30 in the afternoon, it was worse because the actual steering wheel was too hot to touch. Now that I'm staying later and doing the 4 10-hour shifts at a little later in the day, it's not so bad, but man, it was hot getting out at 3:30.
Dude, I know. Now that I'm driving my Polestar, it's a little bit worse than my car.
Yeah.
Because it's a big SUV, and they have like really good like AC in that, but it just takes forever to cool down in there.
Especially an SUV, you got a lot of cubic feet of air, as opposed to a little cab in a car. You live in Maine and think that's tough. Ooh, Maine, so you're a maniac. Yeah, you're about as far away from Florida as you can get, and just staying on the East Coast. That's crazy. You like a little town in Maine? I think there's nothing really huge in Maine, is there? Brazil is exactly like Florida, yeah, except you got bananas and we got oranges.
And you know how they like the not trailers, but like the mobile homes.
Mobile homes, yeah.
All the yeah, the walls, they have like the wood tape on it.
Uh-huh.
She had to do like all the machine work on that. Like after it came out of the machine, make sure that the tape on it was straight and cut off any pieces that were like hanging off the side, sort of thing that the machine didn't take off. They didn't have any heaters inside that.
Oh, hold on, hold on. Portland, 30K people. Okay. Yeah, Maine looks pretty, man. I lost you for a second. I was
Yeah, I figured.
teleporting.
Yeah, it was cold like most of the time for her, and she like go into her car, turn on the heater.
Huh.
I'm like, you're in Pennsylvania. How in the world do you not have a heater in your building?
That's crazy, yeah. That's like not having AC in Florida. All right, warp time. Yeah, I can't imagine living in Florida without a freaking AC. That would be a death sentence in Florida, no AC.
You know how many good old boys around here like to ride around trucks without AC in them?
Well, it's one thing when you're moving. That's fine. Like, I would love to have a Jeep. I would never have the AC on. I would never have the roof on it. I would just leave that thing open, the roll cage and everything, and just chill out all day long. I loved it. When I had my convertible, I rode around with that all the time. No problem with that. But your house, forget it. 15,000 people in your town in Brazil. Too many tourists in Maine. Don't talk to me about too many tourists, Comet. I live in Florida. You can't throw a rock in Florida and not hit 2 tourists with it.
Yeah, we play the license plate game down here, man.
Yeah, we will see all 50 license plates. We will see Hawaii. We will see Alaska. It's funny, man.
We will see Canadians everywhere.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
Canadians
Canadians.
and Germans.
Yep.
Canadians just skip over Maine. They're like,
Yeah, they're like, why go to Maine? It's like Canada, only less Canadians.
we have
15,000
everything they
people.
have.
How many people do we have in our county? Let me look
In
that
our
up.
county,
Let me look that
we have
up.
like 100,000 in our county, about 10,000 in our city.
Really? Okay.
I'll look it up for you while you're doing your thing.
All right.
I'm not really doing much. I'm just
Hobbit's,
kind of working on my little bases.
Hobbit's in charge of research.
All right. So, Avon. Avon Park's population is 9,839.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Sebring, 11,087.
Huh. About Lake Placid, about 7,000.
I think they're about the same as Sebring.
Think it's that big down there? I don't think so. Not even close. It's got to be about 7,000.
What?
Less?
Tell me 2,000.
2,000?
2,400.
Yeah, okay.
I could have sworn I looked this up.
Yeah, that's a lot less than I thought. But then again, Lake Placid's pretty small. You know, there's a lot of area around it. There might be up to 5, maybe 7. I don't know. But yeah, the immediate area or the immediate city, 2,500. That sounds
They're
about right.
smaller than Wauchula.
Oh yeah, Lake Placid's nothing, bro.
And
All the tourists claim there are no tourists in.
and then what's the other one?
Wonder why they do that. That's weird.
Arcadia's got 7,600.
Good old Arcadia. I gotta go to the butcher shop there again. I haven't been there for a while. Some good deals in there.
You guys are smaller and frostproof in Lake Placid? Jeez.
Hey, gameplay, what's going on, man? I was like, oh, we're finally on and no gameplay. How you been, buddy? We had Andre on earlier. Comet's here, Hobbit's in the game. We got Alan from Brazil hanging out with us tonight, which is cool.
Yep. So, frostproof has got 3,100. How is Lake Placid smaller than frostproof?
Well, remember, it's city limits, too, that you're looking at there, you know.
Mm-hmm. True.
I think Frostproof has, like, some high-density housing for, like, the farming community, like the migrants and stuff like that, maybe. Like, Lake Placid really doesn't have a large downtown area with high-density housing at all. It's all little single-family homes and duplexes for the most part. A couple, like, apartment complex areas, but none of them are, like, two-story or anything like that. You know, they're all pretty small.
I hear that. Highlands County population is 101,970. Now, where is this in Maine?
He's in Portland, he said. He's got 30,000. Who was born in Florida? No one's born there. My little sister was born here in Florida. I was 3 years old when I came here in 1973.
Portland is a city located in Cumberland, Maine. Portland has a 2023 population of 68,000 people.
Hoorah.
68,000, not 30 grand. 68. Holy mackerel.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No gameplay, unfortunately. I have not heard a word from Mike. I reached out to him via DM. I don't know if anybody else has heard from him, but you know, we got a APB out on him, so if anybody hears from him, I'm sure we'll let the rest of us know.
Well, the we got a city nearby us that's close to Portland, Maine. Winter Haven's got a population of 57,000.
Yeah, Winter Haven's pretty big, relatively speaking.
And Lakeland dwarfs it 2-1.
Oh yeah.
Lakeland's got population of 115,000 in 2021.
Nice.
121,000 in 2023.
Well, tell me my old town what that has. Palm Beach County. I can't even imagine how big that is. Gotta be 100,000, a quarter million, 500,000.
What again?
How much?
A quarter million? 500,000?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Palm Beach County.
1,543,000.
Good God. Oh my God. Oh wow. I'm glad I don't live there anymore.
That's the county, though.
Yeah. It's a big ass county, but there are so many. Like, as a kid, the cities used to end. Like, you had this city would end, and then you'd have some space, and then the next town would begin. Green Acres, Lake Worth, and Lantana, Hypluxa, Boynton Beach, all that stuff. And they eventually just grew together into this big urban sprawl. And, yeah, it was sad.
I hear that.
I can't even imagine going back there now. I've got, like, no desire to see it, you know?
Lee County is 803,000.
Over 1 million now. Holy cow.
And Broward County. What do you think?
Broward County, what, 5 million?
Nope. Miami-Dade is 1,935,000.
Oh, really?
Broward is 2 million.
Wow. Wow, Palm Beach County's grown enough to be almost the same. Wow, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Price of
So
progress.
Palm Beach, that would be like Daytona, West
No,
Palm,
no,
and
Daytona's way out of Palm Beach County.
okay.
It's a lot further north. It's like West Palm, Wellington, Boynton Beach, Boca Raton,
Okay.
Royal
And
Palm
then-
Beach, Green Acres, Lake Worth, Lantana, Hypoluxo, all these little towns that just all grew and smeared into each other. I like small towns, Comet. They're kind of nice. After living, I'll never live in a big city again. Yeah, gameplay. I'm hoping he's alright too. I'm hoping he's just like, I know he had some issues. He said getting on with us because his sister or something had some stuff going on, so.
In Pinellas County, it's at about 971,000.
Wow. But not hearing from him out of a DM is kind of out of character for him because he usually responds, so.
Pinellas is the 7th largest county. I guess that Lee County would be the 8th. Polk would be what, 3rd? Or 4th?
Oh, I froze. I don't think Polk County's that big at all.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, I'm thinking probably landmass.
Hey, Alan, we'll see you, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. You know how mods work on Discord, but how does it work on YouTube? You mean like a moderator for the chat? I think it's kind of the same way.
Ooh, I forgot about that one. So, I guess.
Yeah, I think it works kind of the same way as it does on Discord. You can moderate the chat for hate speech and all that kind of stuff. If it ever warrants it, yeah, I would definitely get a mod for my chats. As things grow and all that, definitely. Because there's only so much you can do on your own, and I don't want to let things, get out of hand. Especially, like, I watch some of these guys with their chats going a mile a minute. I don't know how they keep up with it. You got less than 20,000 people on your peninsula. Yeah, that's nice. That's like 19,000 too many.
Ooh,
I feel
I
like I
want to
should-
look at my old hometown.
I feel like I should cue up the John Cougar song. I was born in a small town, and I
There we
live
go.
in a small town. Proudly die in a small town. Alright, just lost 10 subscribers.
My old hometown's got a population of 54,000.
What's your old hometown?
Tinley Park.
Tinley Park.
It's a little suburb on the south side of Chicago.
Did you know Bad Bad Leroy Brown?
What?
Did you know Bad Bad Leroy Brown?
No.
Don't tell me you don't know that song. You heard
Oh,
it?
Bad Leroy Brown. Bad Leroy Brown. Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Jim
It's-
Croce.
Yeah.
One of the greatest singer-songwriters of all time.
Yes, it is. Sorry, when you said it so fast, my tired brain It's like Bad Bradley. Who's that?
Bad Leroy Brown.
Baddest man in all damn town.
Yeah, I like Jim Croce.
Meaner than. Oh, is it? Badder than.
Better than Old King Kong,
Old
meaner
King
than
Kong
a junkyard
Kong.
dog.
Yep. Well, I don't think that was anywhere near. Was it? Is that a Chicago song?
Yeah, on the south side of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it starts off. I don't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, it's probably talking about the city limits, though, not the suburbs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. That's spaced out over 20 plus towns. Your hometown is probably 500 people. That's nice. Now, see, and then you can have a community with 500 people. You can actually know your neighbors by their name and by their face, and yeah, I like community. I don't like these big gatherings of people, man. Cities and all that. Ugh, not fun.
You get lost in them, and you just become a number. Nobody really gives a hoot about you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You're replaceable on every level, as a friend, as a worker, as a human being.
Yeah, back in the day with the little small towns and all that, if Joe Schmo got sick and couldn't work for a while, all the women in town would take turns bringing casseroles over to the house to make sure the family and the kids could still eat. The guys would, come together and help out, whatever. People took care of each other. The churches and the community came together. Good times. In the big city, you just go for your
and he
government.
get fired for missing 2 days of work.
See, community isn't necessarily too many people common. Community is more of a group of people that know and care about each other and all that. That's community. Once you get too many people, you don't have a community anymore. You have a city,
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of places around Florida that are called census-designated communities. Does that mean they don't have really much of a population become a city, or they just haven't, applied to become a city separate of the city they belong to?
I don't know. Good question. You'd rather avoid people? Yeah, I get it. People are interesting. I like people, but I don't like humanity, if that makes any sense. Like, I think people as individuals can be great, wonderful, good at heart, caring, loving, and all that. But I think humanity as a whole, as you create these large governing bodies and amass these great groups of people together and all that, and you get these movements, these ideals that everybody wants to be a part of, and this mob mentality. I think that's when I stopped liking people so much. So that's why I say I don't like humanity as much as I like people. I'll fight for any individual, whatever, any injustice for that person, but I won't ever become a part of a movement, because movements are always corrupted. I don't care which movement it is, it always gets corrupted by people who want to make money off of it, grift off of it, and use it to wield power over other people. That I don't like. All right, we got ourselves a new galaxy. So this is why I want to move to Montana because I want a nice hunk of land away from everybody. I want to be able to grow my own food to some degree, have some chickens, and go into town once in a while to buy some of the necessities, and that's it. Not have to deal with tons and tons of people all the time. What you have there is community, people with common ideals. Exactly. Common ideas. Common ideals, common roots, goals. This whole like push for diversity that you see, diversity is our strength and all that, is I think one of the greatest lies I've seen put out there for people, because diversity, when it can be good in some ways, and I'm not saying that, everything should be homogenous, but it can also be bad, because if you have people that don't share ideas, visions, social mores and stuff like that, then you end up with trouble. You end up with people that distrust each other. And that's just human nature. That's, I guarantee you the first, look at this blob. The first group of cavemen that popped out of a cave and ran into the second group of cavemen, they probably started throwing rocks at each other. So they're like, oh, who are these guys, I don't like them. They want to steal our stuff. They talk different. Titus, what's going on? We got a Titus sighting. We'll have to name a creature after him. Hey, got him fed. Look how happy he is now. Alright, I won't name that after you. That'd be kind of mean. Some people take no diversity to extreme. Don't like my sandwich. Get off here. Yeah, there's always a plus to diversity, but there's always some minuses too. And I think forcing it is a bad thing. Natural diversity is great. Natural diversity leads to people assimilating into a society and a culture and becoming a part of it. That's important. But forcing large groups of people to live together that don't share these common ideals and all that, all they do is set up little factions within cities and communities and all that. If you go to any big city, you're going to find Chinatown, you're going to find Little Italy, you're going to find Little Havana and stuff like that, where these large groups of ethnic people live together, and they want to do business with each other. They want to eat the food that they love and they grew up with. They want to speak the language that they grew up with and attend the church that they grew up with and all that. And when you move strangers into that community that don't share those ideas, that's not, generally not liked very much. It's just, again, that's human nature. It's the way it is. Alright, so we keep getting these stupid messages here. Let's bring in our freighter. No, of course not. Segregation is not a good thing. But now I'm seeing a push for segregation these days, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like we've regressed in the past 10 years as far as race relations in this country, where I don't know, but we're not going to go that route tonight. We're not going to talk about that kind of stuff. But yeah, segregation isn't good. Natural integration, that's where it's at. All right, looks like we're going to the red planet. Segregation makes it easier for control. Yeah. So did you guys ever see that movie sci-fi movie called District 9. Neil Blomkamp made it. Came out
Oh yeah.
10 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I think that was his first major film. I like his work. He's brilliant. You saw it, Hobbit?
Yeah.
Tell me that's not exactly what we would do to aliens. Put them in little camps.
We've done that to at least 4 different racial groups already.
No, but I'm just saying, like you know, you look at Star Trek and all that, and how they viewed like First Contact, where we meet the Vulcans and then eventually the Klingons and all that. And there's war.
I'm just saying, we've already done that 4 times already in our history. Why wouldn't we do that to aliens?
Yeah, we would do that to aliens. They'd end up eating cat food in slums. It's just. And guys.
We did that to the Irish, we did it to the Indians, we did it to the Chinese.
Yep.
I mean, and then there's the other obvious. We obviously like just sectioning off people and shoving them off into a little habitat and saying, you're fine there.
So Titus, gameplay, what'd you guys think of that movie? The style of it, I think, was brilliant. It was so documentary-like in some ways that the effects were pretty amazing too. Those prawns, the design of those aliens was neat. The language was cool, and just the way they did it, it felt like I don't know. It just felt so real. It felt so visceral, you know.
They obviously did a lot of like research on how to like create those kind of worlds.
Well,
You know
if
what
you
I mean?
and you look at like it's a movie made in South Africa. The director's South African and all that, so they dealt with the apartheid and all that down there. So there was a lot of that in the story, you know.
They're going through it again.
Yeah, yeah. District 9, yep. Oh, Comet, you gotta see that movie if you ever get the opportunity, man. It's brilliant. Neil Blomkamp wanted to do an Alien movie from the Alien universe, but that got canceled. At least for now. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I'd love to see him do an Alien movie. I liked his movie, District 9. I liked Elysium was good. That was another one that looked at social classes and you know, the structure between the rich and the poor and all that, much like District 9 did. And then Chappie was a lot of fun. I don't know if you ever saw Chappie.
I didn't see that one.
Chappie was so funny. Had so many great moments in it. Like a little robot, you know, that you kind of... Yeah, Chappie definitely had the same feel. Yeah, that Social Network wasn't bad. Yep. Yeah, about Zuckerberg and them. Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
That's interesting. They said that District 9 is an adaptation.
Oh, from a book?
I think so.
Or like a maybe a graphic novel.
A sci-fi short.
Oh, okay. Somebody made...
Ivan Joburg.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me take... Yeah. Okay. Same director. He just decided to, Neil Blomkamp, right?
Yep.
I guess he made a short film called Alive in Joburg. It was made in 2005, was 6 minutes long.
Okay, so that was enough probably to get him the funding to do it.
I guess that sometimes somehow it, so they're both written and directed by him.
What's free on YouTube right now? District 9? Interesting. Yeah, Blomkamp's good. I'd love to have seen him do an Alien movie, just because puts a little thought in his films, you know? I keep hoping for a third movie in the Prometheus trilogy. Ridley Scott went back to, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Oh, Social Network, okay. Yeah, it was a good film. Alright, we're getting kind of janky tonight. Freezing up again here. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Good. Getting a little janky. That was cool. We had somebody from Brazil tonight. Yeah, I didn't think I was getting out of that one gameplay. I thought for sure we were going to be doing a little reboot there real quick. But, got lucky. The Get Gods were with me. I think I lost Hobbit, though.
Here. Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay. About to portal into another systems. So I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, I saw Social Network years ago when it came out. I enjoyed it. Who was in there with, I remember Garfield. I can't remember who played the other main character. I can see his face, but his name is killing me right now. Alright, gameplay, cool, man. Well, I'm going to be going to 5 nights of streaming here soon. Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays I plan on doing it starting next week. So Sunday will be Subnautica, Tuesday will be No Man's Sky. Not sure about the other 3 nights yet, we'll see. Haven't figured that part out yet. Spider-Man, yeah, Andrew Garfield, yeah. Yeah, with the strikes going on in Hollywood. Let me tell you, man, those strikes are something else. I get it, being a creative type, you know, I've written stuff and all that, I get it, you deserve to be paid for your stuff and all that. But then on the other hand, I get kind of mad too, because so much of what's been written lately has been such utter garbage that it's almost like, you know, you guys are putting out this low effort, low energy garbage that's just terrible. And you want to get paid for it too, you know? You know, why don't you start writing stuff that's worth getting paid for? You know, I remember one of the girls from, like, She-Hulk was bitching about it, and I was like, yeah, well, you kind of... If you made $5, you made too much money. Yeah, we could chat about that tomorrow, too, Comet. I know what you're going to say. I know you're going to say Jedi Fallen Order. I know it. I can feel it. Yeah, Garfield was a good Spider-Man. I think Webb's movies were pretty bad overall, but Garfield was great. Did you see him in Heartbreak, or was it Heartbreak Ridge? Is that what it's called? Is it Heartbreak Ridge? Is the movie about World War II where he played the, I think he was an Adventist kid that went to war, and he wanted to go in as a medic, and he refused to hold a gun, and they gave him hell and everything about that, but he turned out to be like a real hero.
Ridge?
Hacksaw Ridge, yes, Hacksaw Ridge, yeah. Mel Gibson film.
Movie?
Mm-hmm. That movie was fantastic.
Yep.
What a great movie.
That was based on a true story, too.
Yeah, he was a conscientious objector to the war, but he wanted to do his part and help put together some of the guys that were, getting shot up over there. And what a great story. Beautiful story. Vince Vaughn was in it. Vince Vaughn actually played a serious role as like a drill sergeant, and it was surprisingly good. I was like, oh wow. I'm not saying bad things about Vince Vaughn, but you just think of him as the big goofy comedic actor, not a drill sergeant, but he did a great job. And it had the kid from I call him a kid from Avatar. What's his name, Hobbit? Yeah, Comet, watch that movie. Hacksaw Ridge is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love World War II movies. I think World War II movies are some of the best films out there. This one takes place in the Pacific.
Sam Worthington?
Sam Worthington, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he does a lot of like high budget films.
Yeah, he does. He does a lot of high budget. He was in that Terminator one.
Yeah.
He was in the Avatar, of course, the Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Terminator Salvation,
Yep.
Clash of the Titans. I don't think he was in Wrath, was he?
Yeah, he was in both. People didn't like him as Perseus. They said he looked like an English soccer thug.
Well, apparently he's going to be in 5 of the Avatar movies. That's what they're
Apparently.
giving him credit for already.
All right, I'm jumping again. I'll be back.
Man,
Yeah, Comet, you will not be disappointed. Oh, Enemy at the Gates. That's another great one. Jude Law, right? And the Sniper movie. That was a fantastic one. You don't see a lot of movies that talk about Russia and their involvement in World War II, That's pretty cool. I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately on past atrocities and war and stuff like that, and it's some fascinating stuff out there. But that's a great one, Enemy at the Gates. Saving Private Ryan, of course, that's the go-to movie for World War II that everybody loves. I've got Band of Brothers and The Pacific, those 2 miniseries. Both of those are fantastic. If you ever get an opportunity to watch them and you haven't seen them, they're great. Both of them are fantastic.
I gotta look this up. Apparently Sam Worthington was in the first Terminator.
He was in Salvation.
And the first one.
How was he in the first one?
I think he had a bit role.
Was he even alive? It was like 1984. When was he born? Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, the Russians. They just threw their soldiers at the Germans like meat, It was horrific.
It's not on IMDb, so can't be it.
Who's the voice actor for Starkiller in Star Wars Force Unleashed? Titus is mentioning that in the chat.
Alright, Star Wars what?
Force Unleashed. Starkiller is the name of the character. Wasn't that supposed to be Luke Skywalker's original last name, Starkiller? And then George Lucas changed it? We're like totally nerding out right now. I love it.
Sam Witwer?
Worthington.
Sam Witwer is Force Unleashed.
Whitwer, okay, it's a different guy, okay. thinking of someone else, Titus. Sam Witwer. We're talking about Worthington. I think it's kind of cool how these modern AAA games are now pulling in real, quote-unquote, real actors into playing parts in them. Like, before, this genre was just full of horrible voice actors. You know, if you go back to, like, the original Resident Evil games and all that, the voice acting was just abysmal. And now you got guys like Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, Rosario Dawson, all playing these parts in different games.
There's been a few guys that did voice acting before they did acting.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, there's been some. But
who was the guy who did Uncharted?
Oh, the actor? I can't remember his name. It's a pretty shot. Yeah, I can't remember his name right now.
What the heck? Oh, never mind.
But yeah, the overall quality's really risen. If you look at guys like I played Isaac Clarke in Dead Space, Gunnar, whatever his last name was, he was fantastic. The voice acting in like the last two God of War games was stellar.
Nolan North.
Nolan North, yeah. He's done quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, but he's mostly an American voice actor. He didn't do like acting until like later.
Yeah. Yeah, some guys got their start in that
and he did yeah.
So have any of you guys watched any of the Twisted Metal TV series yet? That just came out? I think it's out already.
Let me check that out. Twisted Metal.
That game was a lot of fun back in the day. I just downloaded the first and second one again because they were available on that PlayStation Plus, and total blast. Who will I forget when I get big? I'll forget nobody comment. I'm good with people's names. Yeah, playing with Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk was badass, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to their Phantom Liberty
First episode
DLC.
date was July 27th.
Yeah, so it just came out.
Mm-hmm. They want to call this a comedy?
How could it not be? Yeah, the trailer looks pretty wild. I just, you know, I look at all these...
They have two people playing this week, too.
Oh, probably one doing the voice and one doing the acting, the body work.
Will Arnett's doing the voice, obviously.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe is going to be the actor.
Yeah, it's like Darth Vader with David, was it David Proust or whatever, and then...
Yeah. With James Earl Jones as the voice.
Yeah. King Jaffe or whatever his name was.
Yeah. I want to know why they named Anthony Mackie John Doe. Why didn't they make him an accent? Why be a good accent?
Well, John Doe's probably the quote-unquote player character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have Sweet Tooth and John Doe. They have Quiet Raven, Agent Stone, Bloody Mary Stew, Loud, Breacher.
I like the guy that drove
Agent
the
Shepard.
Humvee in the second one. That was probably my favorite vehicle.
Yeah, I liked him too. The guy, he had Patriot missile.
Yep.
And then I liked the Spectre, because he had the Spectre missiles.
Yeah, Spectre was cool too. David Hatter. Voiced of Snake in Metal Gear as an actor for a low-budget movie before we went to video games. Oh, cool. And yeah, they've based Snake, Solid Snake, off of Kurt Russell's character in Escape from New York, Snake Plissken. One of my all-time favorite freaking movies. I was so glad to get that on Blu-ray recently. Such a cheesy old film, but so good. It's just satisfying. And it's so prophetic because right now you could probably build a wall around New York and just turn it into a prison and it really wouldn't matter.
Was it Hammerhead? No, Warthog. Warthog
Warthog,
was the,
yeah.
Yep.
I have never played Raft. I think you did ask about that before. It looks like a cool game. Oh, you're definitely up there, Comet. If you're not my consistent, you're one of the top two. Oh, the surfing scene was in Escape from L.A. That was a terrible sequel, but still it was entertaining. But man, it did not do the original justice. That was so goofy. That was like that one, I forget what James Bond movie it was, where he was surfing and the glacier was like behind him cracking and all that. Oh, every now and then, man. It's like you guys just go too far. Who approves this stuff? Sometimes you think there's like 10-year-olds making these movies.
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day, yeah. God, it was bad. You should call that movie Die a Little Inside every time you watch that scene. I'm going to miss Daniel Craig. He had a good run.
Yep.
I still think Skyfall is probably my favorite all-time Bond film. That's correct, Comet. You sure are my favorite viewer, buddy. You're the only one that's shown up to every live stream.
Hey, I've been working.
It's all right, Hobbit.
I try.
You're a close fifth.
I gotcha.
So, Christy finished Dead Island 2 last night.
Really?
She's like immensely proud of herself. It's her first game she ever finished. I was like, that's no small feat. That game was not, it's not the biggest game, you know, but there's a lot to it, you know. Now she's doing some of the side missions and all that. I was like, yeah, do the side missions, because she's like, I said, because you'll get a lot of good weapons and all that. And I said, and then in a couple months, the expansion's coming out, so you'll be ready for the expansion. when that comes out, you'll have all the best weapons and all that fun stuff, you know. So the old DLC changes everything. I still got to get that stupid freaking thing, dude. We got to do that on Thursday, where I throw and get the 3 guys at once. I got to get that. I'm so aggravated. That's another platinum that I'm like one silly thing away from, you know? And I want the platinum in that game. I'm not a big trophy hunter, but I want that platinum, man. I worked hard for that one. Just gonna take one night and just sit there and throw stars at dudes until I get it. Currently doing the hardest difficulty for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Woo! Was never a Call of Duty fan. I understand the appeal of it, though. Whoa, got little ships buzzing around here. Alright, well, we did some good jumping tonight. Let's see where I'm at now. I wasn't naming these bases as I go, damn it. You never thought you'd like it till you played one? Yeah, is that the one, is that got zombies on it too? Like the zombie stuff? Because that looks like fun. Calypso. Hesperius. Hades. Alright, well, we're 6, we're 6 galaxies in. And I'm frozen again. So weird. You'd suggest Frostpunk? Is that the, like, city building one? Because I think I played a little bit of that. Where you gotta do, like, the mining and stuff like that. No zombies in that one, huh? Okay. I think it's Black Ops that has all the zombies, if I'm remembering right now. Because if we're talking about the same thing gameplay, I did mess around with that a little bit. It looks like a lot of fun. I did enjoy the little bit I played with it. I just didn't, at the time, dedicate enough time for it, but the concept is pretty cool. Oh, you know what? A couple of those new gestures are available in the Anomaly. I don't know if you collected them all, Hobbit.
What's that?
There's like 3 new gestures available overall.
Cool.
The latest one just popped up like yesterday or the day before, I think. Yep, that is the one. Gameplay. Yeah, that does look like fun. That's something I'll get back to. I did play Surviving Mars. Have you tried that one? That's got a kind of got a similar vibe, but on Mars. That was cool.
Collectible received. Collectible received.
All right, yeah, got the new gestures. They are a little underwhelming, but hey, it's my little spaceship. The little frigate. And the blob. He moves, got little eyeballs. Okay. A newbie in the anomaly fill his inventory with facium. Benja peppers. I will give you some awful sex. Oh, that sounded bad. There you go. Oh, here's a newbie ship, yeah. Coker 55. That's got to be him. He's got the newbie outfit on. He's running around all full of hope and lost. Doesn't know where to go. Alright, settle down for a second, bro. I want to give you some poop. Got him. Oh, you think you downloaded and played the early release part? Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. And Frostpunk was definitely pretty sweet. I don't remember what I was doing. I think I got it roughly around the same time as God of War came out or something like that, and just kind of got eclipsed by it. You know, talk about voice acting now. That game had some voice acting. Titus is laughing. Just filled the bag with crap. You'd be proud of me, Hobbit.
What's that?
I just gave a newbie in the anomaly like 2,000 facium.
Ah. One at a time?
No, God, no. I'm not that dedicated.
Welcome.
I just dug into my bag, pulled out a big pile of crap, cut it in half, and gave it to him. I had to chase the bugger around the whole anomaly, man. He's running around looking for Nada and Polo.
Maybe he's found Marco instead.
Excuse me. Yeah. Alright. Well, we may as well recall our ships here. These guys have been probably sitting out there for 2 weeks. We got a busted one. No? Yeah. Frostpunk 2 is already coming out? Oh my god, I can't keep up, bro. This is crazy.
What punk?
Frostpunk.
What's that?
It's like one of those, it's like a building, a resource gathering game. And it's set like in that Frostpunk type universe, and you gotta rebuild your society, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I played a little bit of it. It's available on the PlayStation Plus, on I think the middle tier, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least it was for a while. But it probably still is, if I'm not mistaken. It was cool. Definitely fun. Let's see if I got a busted up ship. Yep, there it is. Let's go fix it. A new Mac user just found out the game and trying out. Welcome to Welcome to No Man's Sky. Have some poop. To be fair, it's useful. I did stream Dying Light 2 for a while. Back in the beginning, we did some of that.
Yeah.
Technology
We
acquired.
played that game to exhaustion.
You know, I'm not as 2 wasn't nearly as fun as the first one, I don't think, but it was still good.
No. We had a lot of laughs.
Yeah. And when the expansion comes out for Dead Island 2, we'll definitely get back and revisit that. You know, load up our old saves. And
Are they gonna be free?
no, you have to buy the expansions.
Boo.
It's not Game Pass, bro. Yeah, that's why anytime a new game comes out, if it's something I really want and I see that it has that like deluxe edition that has the what do you call it with it, the season pass, I just get that. I'm like, you know what, screw it, then I don't have to worry about it later on. Of course, that could screw you over if you're not really a big fan of the game, like, you know, Dying Light 2, I'm like, eh.
What's upsetting is when you buy the season pass and they only release like 2 games for that season pass, and then they're like, well, we have a new season pass now.
As long as they're upfront about it, I'm like, all right, I can live with it. You know, if they say, well, the season pass will get you 3 expansions, story expansions, and I get those 3, I'm fine with that. And then they do a second season like Ark did, you know, with the Genesis Pass. It's like, all right, well, I did get the 3 that I paid for, you know, so I'm not going to complain about that. But, you know, if you give me good new content and it's quality, then I don't mind paying for it. You know, it's some of the other stuff that they do out there is so predatory, it's not even funny. Looking through like Diablo 4 and looking through their shop is just utterly insane. I can't believe how much money they charge for skins, $28 for an outfit, you know. Like I beat the whole season, right? I played through and I beat season 1. Because I got the expansion that gave you the Season 1 Battle Pass. And you don't even earn enough money to buy the next one. A lot of games will do that where you buy a Season Pass, and if you complete it, you've earned enough credit, whether it be Platinum or whatever their money is in-game, that you can buy the next Season Pass if you want. This one, no. Not even close. It's a disappointing...
I hate that.
It's a disappointing... You know, it's a game that I like, and I enjoy playing it. It's a lot of fun and I got a lot of nostalgia for Diablo, but it's a game that I don't love, and I really want to love it like I did Diablo 2, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably give it to Season 3, because the first 2 seasons were already either finished or in development at the time of release, and if they don't make any major changes for Season 3 to really ramp up the game and all that. They've been improving it. They've been doing a lot of stuff to make it a lot more fun and all that, but like I want to see Season 2, I want to see it.
You're gonna treat it like Fallout 76, aren't you?
Yeah, it's gotta hold on, you know. You know, I could revisit it in a couple years if they really improve it, but I'm not gonna stick by it if it's just kinda meh the whole time, you know.
I hear that.
And you know, you're forced to start a new character every season, so that's every 3 months, which isn't bad. You know, you can get a character to level 100 in a month and a half, let alone 3 months, no problem. And I'm just you know, I'm a casual player. I'm not just a dedicated player. Some of these guys get it up to level 100 in no time, which is utterly insane. But when a good PS2 game, play Twisted Metal 2. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. The whole time I thought that was like a racing game, and all of a sudden one of my buddies got me into it. I was like, this is really cool.
It's so janky feeling now, you know, because you're used to modern controls and all that. But I'd love to see that franchise return, and I'm thinking with the with the TV show and all
They-
that, we might see a reboot or a remake or just a return to form for Twisted Metal.
They've made 6 games of that, haven't they?
Something like that, yeah. But it's been like diminishing returns on it. They haven't really been that good. Um,
Well,
but
they messed up, in my opinion, by going more animated than more live action. You know what I mean?
yeah, if they went grittier, and yeah, it would be a lot more fun, I think.
I think they tried to do that with Black, but people had already jumped ship by then.
Yeah, I never even messed with Black. I didn't even, I heard about it and all, and I was like, we're kind of over Twisted Metal now. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Carmageddon. Yeah,
Now-
there was another good demolition game. Yeah.
I played 2, 3, and Black. I skipped 4 because 4 was awful.
All right, Comet. We'll
It
see you,
just-
man. I'll talk to you tomorrow, buddy.
See you, comment.
I played 1 and 2 and 3, I think, and that was about it. By then, I was kind of like over it.
I don't know why people didn't like 3. I kind of liked 3 because it had the rain missile in it.
Yeah, 3 was cool. But, it's
And
just
it
kind
had,
of like...
it had more of a alien vibe to it.
Speaking of aliens, I keep seeing that, like, Destroy All Humans 2 reprobed. And I'm so tempted. That game was so much fun. Oh, man. Good times. Alright, let me get back upstairs here. Yeah, I made some good progress on my taxi service tonight.
Nice.
Oh, and I think we're gonna call it a night tonight. Hey, gameplay. So, I think I've mentioned it to you before. I've been talking with Hobbit about it. Come October, Ark is releasing their Survival Ascended game, which is an upgraded version of the original Ark game. It's going to be cross-platform, and it's going to be looks like it's going to be pretty solid, and it's due out in October. And I'm thinking, well, I'm definitely getting a dedicated server, and I'll set it up for small tribe play where it's not going to take you 5 days to tame something or to raise something. You'll be able to do it in a matter of 20 minutes for smaller stuff and an hour for larger stuff and all that, to allow smaller tribes to have fun and play on it. And I'm going to open it up for people, viewers of the channel. If people want to join in on the server, I'm going to set up a what do you call it? A subscription plan that'll help cover the cost of it. You guys that have been with me from the beginning, he's already, I'm in. So you'll have to get the new game. You have to get the new version of the game. I think it's like $50 or something, but it includes every expansion from Scorched Earth to Genesis Part 2, plus a ton of those non-canon ones like Ragnarok and Valguero and all that. So yeah, if you're in, man. That's cool. But that's something I want to set up. I think that'll be a lot of fun. That will be awesome for live streaming, and it'll give so much content to make. It'll just be fun because there's so much you can do, from exploring to hunting to building to boss fighting. I'll set it up PvE. I don't want it to be a PvP server. I don't want to breed toxicity on there so much, but I'll probably set it up for like limited PvP, so if people want to engage in a fight from time to time, they can, but you won't be able to just go around and destroy people's bases when they're offline and stuff like that. That doesn't promote a fun game, So yeah, if you're in, that's awesome, bro. We'd love to have you. It'd be a lot of fun. Hobbit and I played that game for years. I downloaded it again recently, the first one, just to mess around with it a little bit, to kind of get a feel for the controls again, and I checked my hours played on it, and like an embarrassing 650 hours or 6,500 hours, something like that. insane. But man, we used to play the crap out of that game, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
That'll be a lot of fun. Awesome. All right, gentlemen. Well, it is 10 o'clock, and I am gonna call it a night. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. As always, I'm Captain Beefy. This is the Game Vault, Titus, Gameplay, Comet, Hobbit, all you guys. Our new friend from what was his name again? Brazil, yeah. Was it Al?
Yep.
Alan, yep, Alan. Everybody, always appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.
Hey, got a question for you, Beef.
Yeah,
Have you ever
we're still alive, so don't make it weird.
Have you heard anything? Heard of Dirt League?
Dirt League, no.
If you have a Dirt League, I'm gonna send you a video real quick. All right.
All right, I'll check it out in a minute, bud. All right, guys, good night.
All right. Good night.